the Muslim Brotherhood is in Texas. Do you understand? Okay, the Muslim Brotherhood is in Texas.
Well, a proposed Muslim community in North Texas no longer under investigation by the Department of Justice. The DOJ has officially
Okay, can we stop?
Closed the
Can we stop one moment? This woman is beautiful. Oh, this woman is gorgeous. This woman is gorgeous. Oh. Okay, let's continue.
Inquiry into the project, which is known as Epic City. An attorney for the project telling Armelia Magavro tonight why he thinks the other investigations could backfire.
The Department of Justice announcing in a letter Wednesday it is no longer investigating Epic City, which is a Muslim-centered planned community connected to the East Plano Islamic Center, one of the state's largest mosques in North Texas. The federal investigation spurred by U.S. Senator John Cornyn, citing concerns over religious discrimination.
I think that several politicians have tried to use this and pervert these so-called investigations for their political benefit. I think ultimately it will backfire.
Criminal defense attorney Dan Cogdell is representing the mosque as well as Epic City organizers and says the DOJ's decision is a win.
But we're not going away. Whatever it takes for us to conclude this project, we're going to do it.
If approved by Collin County commissioners, Epic City would be built on top of 400 acres in Josephine. Community Capital Partners, the organization heading Epic City, says the community is open to anyone of all religious backgrounds. However, both the East Plano Islamic Center and Epic City are facing at least 3 separate investigations by the state, including by the Texas Attorney General's Office and the Texas Workforce Commission.
Never in 42 years of practicing criminal defense have I seen the number and the absurdity of the accusations that have been lodged here. If you want to come interview anybody, call me up. We will comply fully and completely.
Just last week, Governor Abbott signed House Bill 4211, which Abbott's office says ensures developments like Epic City are unable to create no-go zones by selling or renting land only to individuals who subscribe to a developer's religious preference. But Cogdell says Epic City actually supports the bill.
Anyone is welcome to buy and live there, but it's nothing more or nothing less than a political opportunity by Abbott and others to claim victory and to claim that they successfully killed an evil that never existed.
Now, Epic City organizers tell me they are still in the planning stages and have not submitted their permits yet to the county, but they do admit that all...
Okay. Let me give y'all examples real quick. Hold on. Well, he look like he about to go off. I can tell by the way it's taking him, how long it's taking him for to set up his mic. He about to go off. I can tell he's got some frustrations in him.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Emilio Ramos. Influence, some would say the Islamic invasion, and from things like jihad and radical Islam. And, but as I said before on this program, although we may have been distracted by things like politics or COVID or Trump or whatever, the issue of Islamic influence, immigration, infiltration, and the Islamic sort of, migration from different parts of the Middle East into the West has not slowed down. If anything, it has accelerated at an inordinate rate. And I was reminded of the importance of talking about this recently as I made a trip to our local Costco. And as I got out of my vehicle and heading into Costco, I was greeted by the call of the minaret. Now, here in North Dallas, we have a major Islamic population, Middle Eastern population, both from the Middle East and from India. Now, a lot of the population that is coming from India, they're coming to places like Texas specifically for IT jobs and things like that. But a good chunk of that Indian immigration is Muslim and not just Hindu.
Okay.
So it's important to understand that it's not just Islamic immigration coming from the Middle East, also coming from India, and of course other parts of the world. But those are really the big ones. But as I got out of my vehicle, I couldn't believe the first time I had ever heard this here in North Dallas in my neighborhood. The call of the minaret was completely swallowing up the entirety of that plaza, that parking lot. I mean, you can hear it for a mile away easily.
Oh, you mean that the prayer? Oh, okay. Okay, come on.
And, obviously they're celebrating Ramadan and everything that they're doing. But it's just a reminder of what exactly is happening to America in the way of Islam's continual growth. I think here in Texas, we are nearing a population of about 300,000 Muslims. Texas, for a very long time, I haven't looked at recent statistics on this, but we have been at the very top of mosque construction for a time there. I know for a fact we were leading the nation in mosque construction. So for people out there, I meet people at different churches or conferences, and over the years living here in Texas, I hear all the jokes about Texas. I mean, recently picking up my good friend, we had breakfast, Emil Zwane. Some of you guys know him, Easy. He's the vice president of, or he is the president of Living Waters now, Ray Comfort's ministry. And he was talking about how everything's bigger in Texas and whatnot. And of course, people have.
I'm curious, what do Muslims usually vote as? So if Dearborn, Michigan is any indicator of their voting preferences, and you have an influx of Muslims into your state, what do you think their voting choices are going to be? So for those that most Texans be like, well, it's not going to affect me because I'm, Texas is, it's never going to. Okay. Okay, and I people have pushed back on me, but I have been saying at some point in the next 10 to 15 years, Texas will be blue. I've been saying this. Not a popular opinion. A lot of people disagree with me. Everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say it. Texas will be blue in a decade. You see the building blocks. You see the maneuvers being made. What do you think they vote as a people? Okay? Give it a decade, they'll be blue. Okay?
A certain kind of image or picture in their mind when they think about Texas. And typically what people think about Texas is barbecues or Longhorns or Cowboys or whatever. That image, by the way, is gone. I mean, that image does not exist anymore here in Texas. It has been a long time since we've actually had that image of whatever barbecue culture you think is going on out here. I believe Texas is now at the very pinnacle of things like globalism that is going on in the United States of America, globalist type thinking. I know that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has made incredible inroads with business leaders in India. So the Indian immigration into Texas is never going to stop at this rate. And the reason why that matters, for those of you that don't live here and don't understand, let me just give you a little sample size again of what I'm talking about. And let me just say, guys, I've talked about this issue repeatedly. I have been attacked. I have been called a racist. I have been attacked because, well, you're Hispanic or you're Mexican, and what right do you have to talk about immigration? But honestly, Marco Rubio recently in the news pointed out the immigration of today is nothing like the immigration of the 70s or 80s or 90s. We've entered into a stage now where immigration equals invasion from all over the world, and of course from the southern border. But now I am wanting to champion a clarion call for the danger of legal immigration, not illegal immigration. I tell you what, the Muslims that are coming here from around the world are not hopping the border. They're going through the legal processes.
Your H-1B1s, guys. Your H-1B1s. Remember, the plan is to get rid of the illegal immigrants and bring in the immigrants that they want through the H-1B1s. You kick out the scourge and bring in the most desirable forms of hence the whole goddamn gold card. Hey, or for the gold card, $500,000, you can just buy your legal status and be a permanent citizen in America. Everything's for sale, right? Oh, okay. I could be wrong.
To get into the country, and when they get into the country, contrary to what many people will think or have been told or are being told by their politicians and such, even as I was recently told by a local politician here in Texas, Matt Sheehan, he tells me that the Muslim and Indian immigrants that are coming here, they're just integrating into the culture. Well, I would dispute that. I would actually argue completely against that. There is no cultural integration going on beyond going to work and buying a Tesla. But beyond that, these folks are building mosques. They're building, Hindu temples.
Yeah.
They are displaying idols in their front yard.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what's going on. But to give you a sample size of what's happening and the kind of dynamic and the demographic that I'm talking about, in the previous, my wife and I, in the previous community we lived in, we moved into a community of multiple phases, and I forgot what phase we got into, but let's just call it basically phase 1, phase 2. And let's say phase 1 consists of about 1,500 or 2,000 homes. And then phase 2 is another 1,500, 2,000 homes. Where the first phase was essentially a typical kind of what you would expect out of a kind of a neighborhood in a metropolitan area, okay, where you have sort of a mixture of all sorts of different nationalities and whatnot, white, brown, black, Asian, maybe, but really a kind of a blend, a mix of ethnicities. Well, phase 2 takes place, and I can honestly say that phase 2 consists of about 80%, if not greater.
Okay.
80%.
I don't want to inundate you with him, but you see the play. Okay, you see the play. The word is out.
The last day of Ramadan, that's when I informed you about a Muslim leader named Yasir Qadi, who's helping to create the East Plano Islamic Center, better known as EPIC. According to the reports, EPIC-affiliated entities have already acquired more than 400 acres of land located just 30 minutes from Dallas, Texas, and it was at that point in time when I shared my concerns about their plans to develop what is probably going to be an autonomous Sharia-adherent Islamic community where state laws could be superseded by the Islamic law better known as Sharia.
Yeah, you're right, because Sharia law will never set foot and have a footing in America. I know. It's a crazy idea. No Sharia law here, y'all. I know. Now, I will say this, ladies, please don't fail to read the room. This country in certain spaces is being invaded by men in their religion believe you are a second or third class citizen. God forbid you come across these men. Okay, so the days of y'all being aloof and doing whatever, those days are slowly coming to an end, depending on where you live in this country. But let's continue.
Now, just to be clear, Sharia covers two broad domains, which include the rights of God and the rights of man. Sharia informs and regulates most aspects of Muslim life, from how one should pray and how one should wash, to how should they conduct business or even govern. And what this means then is that a Sharia-adherent Islamic community, like EPIC, would become a religiously governed settlement where Islamic law supersedes state law. In order to understand the issue here, let's consider how Amy Meck explains it, and I quote her here. EPIC-affiliated entities have acquired 402 acres of land just 30 minutes from downtown Dallas as part of their latest expansion project, EPIC City. On this site, they are developing a large-scale Islamic community that will include more than 1,000 homes, but this is far more than just another housing project. It is a deliberate blueprint for an Islamic enclave structured to bypass city zoning laws, evade government oversight, and operate as a self-contained, religiously governed settlement.
With its own laws, practices, its own autonomy, its own sovereignty. What's going to happen is these pockets, these communities are going to be sovereign outside of U.S. law. You just watch. How much trouble you have trying to convict these people using U.S. laws if you get attacked in their jurisdiction. Y'all watch how hard it's gonna. You know how hard it is for you to convict a Hasidic Jew in their jurisdiction? That shit drags out for years. Same thing's gonna happen here. Okay, come on.
That's right. This Islamic enclave will not only include a mega mosque where Muslims can practice their religion, but it will also include a private Islamic K-12 school, which ensures an education remaining under Sharia control rather than standard Texas curricula. Amy Meck went on to share her concerns in this way, and I quote, EPIC City is not just a real estate project. This is a deliberate effort to carve out an Islamic-controlled district, one that functions outside traditional municipal oversight and legal structures. Unlike religious communities that integrate into American society, EPIC City and EPIC 2.
Okay. Let me stop here. Now let me show y'all Texans where some of y'all tax money is going. You know, because y'all talking about Greg Abbott, he's got our best interest. Oh, does he? Okay. So we're gonna pick and choose what politicians to believe. Okay. That's fine. That's everybody's right to pick and choose who they like. Now let's see where some of y'all tax money is going. Okay. Let's see if some of you guys are aware of where y'all's tax money in Texas is going. Okay. Now this is just a brief snapshot But this is where some of y'all's tax monies is going. Okay, you got the Clear Lake Islamic Center, $86,000. The Iman Academy, $306,000. The Islamic Alul Bat Association, $101,000. The Islamic Association of Fort Worth, $15,000. The Islamic Center of Brushy Creek, $99,000. Islamic Center of Greater Austin, $149,000. Islamic Center of Lake Travis, $70,000. Islamic Center of Longview, $1,700. Islamic Center of Round Rock, $130,000. Islamic Education Center of Houston, $485,000. The Islamic Education Institute of Texas, $191,000. Islamic Society of Greater Houston, $66,000. The MAS Katy Center in Katy, Texas, $91,000. The Masjid Baitis Sami, $15,000. The Muslim Cemetery, $48,000. The Muslim Community Center for Human Services, $476,000. The Nigerian Muslim Association of Texas Muslim Women's Foundation, $11,000. The Nigerian Muslim Association, $320,000. So grand total so far of $13,404,413. They're just getting started. Invasions take time, planning. Invasions are strategic. No more blitzkrieg, or it's a different version of a blitzkrieg. Invasions take time, finances, resources, planning, right? You must put your moles in place. You must put your sleepers in place. You must put your double, triple agents in place. Yes? You don't think Texas would end up like Dearborn, Michigan? Okay. Okay. This is just the start, you guys. This is just the start. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let's go over. Let's see the mosque building. Wait. Mosque. There we go. The mosque build rates in Texas. Okay. So if you're still a non-believer, okay. The number of mosques in Texas increased by 35% between 2010 and 2020, rising from an unspecified number to 222. This growth is part of a larger trend in the U.S. where the number of mosques increased by 31% over the same decade, driven by the expansion of the Muslim population through both immigration and birth rates. Oh, what's this? In 2020, Texas ranked third among all U.S. states in the total number of mosques. It's not enough for a debate. The invasion has begun. Texas will be blue in a decade. Texas will be blue in a decade. Suburban trends. Nationwide, many new mosques are being built in suburban areas, while the number in downtown urban centers and small towns is declining. This shift is likely due to Muslims moving to suburban locations for jobs and education. I'll tell you what, the moment you hear a prayer call at 5 a.m., it's too late. It's time to move. Okay? The moment you hear a prayer call at 5 a.m., it's time to move. Your city has been overrun. It's too late. It's time to pack up the kids and go. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are already seeing the guys in their kufis and their and their flip flops and you know their one pieces. You already see them in your neighborhoods. I know you do. You just ain't heard that prayer, the call to prayer yet. It ain't hit just yet. Okay, that is the signal. It's like the War of the Worlds, right? Remember the War of the Worlds when the lightning strike hit and they burrow into ground through the lightning and they fire up the ships and they sound the horn to let the others know it's go time. Yeah, when you hear that call to prayer, that's their go time. That's their signal. So we got another one. We got them. Got him. Yeah. Okay. Look at this here. Let's take a look here. Texas is the #1 state for fastest growing amount of new mosques, for new Muslim mosques. This is Texas. Right? Texas state government has allocated approximately $13 million in taxpayer funds to 18 Islamic organizations. That's what I just showed y'all. This is what I just showed y'all. Texas, your government is no different than Trump's government. I told y'all the night Trump was selected, the American people will be stabbed in the back in ways they wouldn't even imagine, would never see it coming. And here we are. Okay? Here we are. Okay, let me get back to this. Texas, oh shit, let me get out of here. Texas is now ranked 3rd for most Muslim mosques in the nation. Texas is expected to overtake California for the #1 ranking for most mosques nationwide numbers by 2025-2030. Yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have that title. We're good. Y'all can have that title. Y'all got it. Congrats. Congratulations. Y'all got it. Okay. Y'all got it. I know, never in Texas. I know, hey, the Alamo. Remember the Alamo? It seems you guys have forgotten the Alamo. Okay, let's go here. Let's take a look here.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, welcome.
Walaikum salam, brother. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get educated.
From day 10 of 30 masajid in 30 days of Ramadan in Texas, and tonight we are at a very special masjid to pray Taraweeh. Check this out, brothers and sisters. You remember this? The DeSoto House of Peace. Allahu Akbar. We made it after 1.5 years. I can't believe I'm back, subhanAllah. This is the biggest masjid, the biggest and most beautiful masjid in the state of Texas. We're going to go inside and spend the night with the Ummah here in DeSoto House of Peace. So let's say Bismillah. Alright, let's go inside the masjid. Allahumma aftah li abwaab rahmatik.
Sami Allahu liman hamidah.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We are here at the DeSoto Masjid.
Joey, the only thing they're missing are dirt bikes. Only thing they're missing are dirt bikes.
Beautiful masjid in Dallas. We got the shabab right here.
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Kareem.
Now look at this fool here. Now look at this poor soul. Now listen, young man, when they get tired of you, they gonna turn on you, sir. What did the late great Khalid Muhammad say? Wherever you go, when there's white on top, black on bottom. No matter where you go on this planet, white on top, black on bottom. Okay? This poor soul, that's okay. Life gonna learn him. But come on.
رمضان كريم كل سنة وانتم بخير.
MashaAllah, how's the Ramadan going, Shabab?
We're still going strong.
MashaAllah.
Trying to go to Tarawih every day, alhamdulillah.
How many rak'ah are you praying? 8 or 20, inshallah?
We're going for 8 plus Shifa'an with it.
MashaAllah,
Inshallah. Shout out to everyone doing 20.
Let's have a message for the Ummah.
Keep the hope up. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the Ummah every day.
Every single person in the Ummah counts, so if everybody puts in their part, we'll strengthen together as one body.
Pray all your salat, make dua, everything's going to be okay.
Inshallah. That's a great message. Sometimes I also go through that and you need to hear that everything is going to be okay, inshallah. Tawakkal Allah. Yes, would you like to say any message for the Ummah?
Kill all the infidels. Kill all infidels. That's what he gonna say. Kill all infidels.
Pray so that I could get much hasanat.
MashaAllah. I think that's the perfect message.
Inshallah, don't go through Ramadan fatigue, eat your suhoor and everything. Stay strong until the 30 days are over.
It's almost there,
Almost
inshallah.
there.
Keep your intentions pure. Always stay cognizant of why you're doing things. Don't do them to impress other people. Always to,